So you want to be a designer but you can't draw very well. Here's 5 tips to help you improve your illustration game without needing to develop the skills of a fine artist. Number 1, sketch fast. If you're self-conscious about your lack of drawing ability, it can paralyze your sketching process. But just like designing a layout, your drawing doesn't need to be perfect first time. In fact, it's almost never right the first time. So whether you're considering layout options, sketching logo ideas, or working up a scamp, make your first drafts small and fast. Don't be afraid of the pencil. Remember that no one is watching, no one is judging. You're watching this video because you're not an illustrator, so you know that it's unlikely your hand-drawn efforts are going to make it into a final design. The important thing is simply to get the idea from brain to paper, and sketching small and fast without editing yourself is the best way to do that. Number 2, grids and guides. A gridded sketch pad is a useful resource to have around the studio. This can help you not only with consistency but also with scale. It can even spark ideas. Experiment not only with square grids but rectangular, angled and circular guidelines to push you into new areas. Snapping to the grid in your software can help you produce work at speed, work that is already aligned and proportional, moving from pencil to vector without even needing to trace. Guidelines are helpful when it comes to digitizing more complex sketches too. A hand-drawn word mark, for example, can be cleaned up and adjusted in the software with the help of guidelines to produce a consistent and balanced logo type. Thirdly, vector tools. If you familiarize yourself with what the software can do and practice using the tools on offer, you will be able to achieve cleaner results in fewer steps. Instead of struggling with the pen tool, for example, you could use the curvature tool in Adobe Illustrator to create beautifully smooth curves. You should learn to use the pen tool properly, of course, and I have a video on how to do that here on the channel, but it's about selecting the right tool for the job. Rather than drawing both sides of this tapered curve, you could simply draw the central path and then use the width tool to create the desired appearance. If you're not strong with the pencil, then become strong with the stylus or the mouse. Fourthly, basic shapes. If you look at enduring logos, they tend to be comprised of basic shapes. These regular forms help establish them as a symbol with an iconic quality. With anything you wish to draw in a simple vector style, you can begin with regular shapes to establish the figure, and then, with just a few extra paths and the help of Illustrator's Shape Builder tool, create the final form. You can apply this technique to digitize your rudimentary sketches or use a photograph as a starting point. Number 5, customize stock. We'd all love to commission our favorite illustrator, and if you can, you should. But if you have limited time and budget, then stock illustrations can help you quickly achieve professional looking designs. Like everything, they vary in quality and price, but if you know what you're looking for before you begin searching, you can find some gems. Write down your parameters: subject matter, feel, aspect ratio, clear space, the brief the image needs to fit. My top tip is not to just use stock as is, as supplied, because then it looks like stock, generic, staged, and if someone has seen that image before, it devalues its impact. So customize the stock illustrations you select, change the colors, embellish the image with additional elements, add texture, anything you can do to create something unique, something with personality that fits the brand. Hopefully these tips give you some things to try and help you realize that there's a lot you can do when it comes to illustration. If you want to sharpen your core design skills, then check out my course by that name on Flux Academy. Until next time, happy designing.